Some snakes in this video, and we're going to do some going back to basics.
But we're not though.
What? I got some bling yellow belly. We're going to go back to, everybody thinks yellow belly is yellow belly. Yellow belly is not yellow belly. So, in fact, yellow belly is more important to me, not for ivory, because of all the blushing.
That's not even an intro. That's just you blabbing.
Right.
So that's not gonna work
I'm
for
not
an
talking about my intro. I'm just talking about blabbing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about doing an intro though. Brandon, what should we say for an intro?
He doesn't know.
We'll have Brandon stand over there.
Welcome to my Balls.net presentation of ball pythons, take 27.
There you go. We just start with that right there. Oh. Alright, you ready to show some snakes?
I'm ready to show some snakes.
Alright, let's show them some snakes then.
Alright, so we're going to go back to basics on a couple of things in this little segment. Everybody looks at this, you might say, oh, it's a normal dark ball python or a yellow belly. And that's exactly what it is. It's a yellow belly, but I don't look at yellow bellies so I can make necessarily ivories or super stripes or something like that. I'm actually looking at the yellow belly just as what it can do. And if you get some lines, they have much more blushing. This is the bling yellow belly, and they generally tend to be dark, and they can get some real severe blushing. I'm not even saying this one's severely blushed, but I'll show you what this looks like when it gets a little bit bigger. But this is definitely not your standard yellow belly at all. If you can see the belly, it has orange right here and has white down the middle. And this little snake turns very pretty when it gets older. Okay, on these two, bling yellow belly, fader. They both come fader line and stuff like that. But you can see how dark he is. You can see how the sides just dissolve wonderfully. And you get, if you look down can you see that in the belly?
Yep.
All right, hold on. The belly is white with this orange. If I look at this other one, so you get this orange white center belly, like a bling yellow belly fader. So that dark snake, the most important part of the snake is actually hiding, which is all the side and the belly and stuff like that. So it's I think this is a really, really critical thing when I'm doing a lot of combinations. I use the bling yellow belly. I see a lot of other yellow bellies, and I have other yellow bellies in my collection. Some of them you can barely even tell. It's like, oh, I think it's a yellow belly. These things are pretty severe, so we get to see a lot. And I'm going to show you some pastels. Alright, this is more bling yellow belly, fadery stuff. So we just take a pastel, and what's really cool about it, the black gets real black. I'm using a lemon pastel in this case, and you get real kind of nice exaggerated flames, and this one's just like a real dark one. But I love the contrast right there because the black is really black. So then if we go take a look at another one, you get more of the flames coming out. So you get like, it's almost like a watermark. In the center of the black you get like this orange blushing, if you see that. And these are just so pretty when they're big. And I can't say that a lot of pastel yellow bellies are often that much more vibrant than a normal pastel, but these stand out like a sore thumb. Just mix it with the lemon pastel. And once again, we're coming back down to a line of pastel that just generally has a bit more yellow and less oranginess to it. So as when they get older, they don't brown out as much. So if you take that, and you start mixing it into like Inferno, you start getting these real nice flames A lot of flecking and noise along the side, so that you're trying to make that side pattern just dissolve. All right, here's more examples of the bling yellow belly and fader. And the blushing, the fader is really interesting because it's like a roll of the dice. So some things it really mates up with great, and it really does good exaggerated flames. Other ones it's much on the lighter side. But these have real nice flames. The head's all blushed out. The general color is lighter. You can see it here. On the head. And then you start kind of taking some of like granite and stuff. You see the granite on the back of the head? And the whole belly starts dissolving. So basically what I've done, I'm trying to use some like very subtle, basic morphs, but it really comes down to like the quality of the lineage and stuff like that. So as you're assembling your collection, you want to be a little bit picky about your founding stock. So as you improve your yellow bellies, improve your pastels and stuff like that, your resulting offspring that you're selling to people are going to be that much better looking and more desirable. All right, these are Harlequin, which is like a Dinker project. These are Harlequin lesser pinstripes, and there's some variation. They very bright. This one's muted. This one could have the whole fader gene in it, and that's kind of taken away some of its brilliance. But you can kind of get an idea, and then you start making the lesser Harlequin, and obviously it's striped, and you get this nice dark border along the dorsal, which I really like. Like once again, this is a Dinker project that you just kind of starts working its way out. So the next one I'll show you is even better. All right, this is the Harlequin Mojave with probably fader on it, which causes the side pattern to lighten up and stuff. And like when I sit here naming some of the stuff, it's what I'm anticipating it to be. It's just sometimes like this is like the first one I've ever made, so just trying to kind of figure it all out. But it's definitely the Harlequin gene with Mojave and I guess fader.
What I like the most about that one is if you look at the bottom of it, how the pattern just cuts off and then it's just white. Just totally cuts off there and it just turns white right from the. But it's like a distinct line that just separates the color from the white on it.
It's a nice little ringer
right
too.
down the side, yeah.
Well, I'd like to call this one the Pink Panther, but they've already used that name, so I'll have to think of some version of the Pink Panther. But within my collection, it's still the Pink Panther. This is the Soul Sucker combination with Lucifer.
Cool.
These lights are really white, but it's really got this. It's the pinkest snake I think at least in my collection, I've ever had.
And then you made this.
And there's this little guy.
What's that about, man? What the hell?
I think we can see some Inferno-y Lucifer stuff going on.
That's the Vanishing Pattern
And this
snake.
is actually no, they don't have a name for Pink Panther. It's the Darth Fader. That's the one.
Yeah,
Darth
yeah.
Fader.
You
There we
named
go.
Darth Vader, but
This
you
is
can't,
my
yeah.
Darth Fader in my collection. It's the Pink Panther I can have. That's right. There we go.
So Pink Panther over here.
Yeah, Pink Panther here.
Because the names
Darth Vader.
The names weren't gay enough as they were before. Now they're gonna get worse.
These guys are litter mates.
So we got Pink Panther and Kevin's Darth Vader, because it can't be publicly a Darth Vader because that name's taken, and we gotta respect that. But yeah, look at that thing. The Vanishing Pattern snake. I like that one a lot. That's the snake that I put. If anybody paid attention to the last video, it just flashed on screen for a second real quick. I was waiting for it to be aftershed and looking really good before you put it on video. So
This
there,
one's gonna go through.
there you have it. That thing is cool, man, for sure. I like it.